Hello, good day everyone. Today, we will be discussing about market integration. So let us first define it and expound its meaning. But before we proceed, I am Welfred Empeño Efe, BSBA1 student from Northern Zambales College Incorporated. The social institution has greatest impact on world's economy, not just because of their numerous unemployed and gross domestic product that are happening, but the main reason is the production of goods, step-by-step process, consumption, and trade of goods. Market integration occurs when price among different locations or related goods follow similar pattern over a long period of time. Group of goods often move proportionally to each other, and when this relation is very clear among different markets, it is said that the market are integrated. It could also be concluded that market integration is an indicator that explain how much different markets are related to each other. So an example of market integration is a Coca-Cola company. Coca-Cola company started in 1886 and they maintained the same price for a very long period of time, delivering to the militaries in the United States until it reached has over 200 countries in the world. So this company of course tried to market beverages at a very low price in order for them to expand their business in other countries. They also made sure that the price is marketable to the same foreign countries because different countries have different culture and they have also different buying culture. That is why they need to study it. They need to have strategies in order to move from one country to another, and that is an example of market integration. There are three elements of market integration: the print media, social media, and email marketing. Economic systems vary from one society to another, but in any given economy, production typically split into three sectors. Primary sector extract raw materials from natural environment. Workers like farmers and miners fit well in the primary sector. The secondary sector gain the raw materials and transform them into manufactured goods. This means, for example, that someone from the primary sector extract oil from the earth, then someone from the secondary sector refine the petroleum to gasoline. Whereas the tertiary sector involves service rather than goods. It offers service by doing things rather than making things. Thus, economic system is more complicated or at least more sophisticated than the way things used to be for much of human history. International financial institutions. World economies have been brought closer together by globalization. This is reflected in the praise when the American economy sneezes, the rest of the world catches a cold. The strength of a more powerful economy brings greater effect on the other countries, if weaker economies have less effect on the other countries. International financial institution. So what are these international financial institutions? Number 1. The International Monetary Fund or IFM. So this is an international organization headquartered in Washington, D.C. This fosters global monetary corporation. When we say monetary, we talk about money, okay? It secures financial stability, facilitate international trade, promote high employment and sustainable economic growth, and of course, help reduce poverty around the world. The second one is the Multicultural Development Bank, which include the following. So let's start with the World Bank Group or WBG. It is a family of 5 international organizations that make leverage loan to developing countries. So you know for a fact that the Philippines is one of the developing countries. It is the largest and the most well-known bank in the world and is an observer at the United Nations Development Group. African Development Bank. So from the world itself, African, this contributes to poverty reduction and economic And of course, social development in the least developed African countries. Next is the Asian Development Bank. It is an international development finance institution whose mission is to help in developing member countries reduce poverty and improve the quality of life of their people. So who are the partners of Asian Development Bank? Of course, the government, private sector, non-government organization, development agencies, community-based organization, and the different foundation. The fourth one is the Inter-American Development Bank. Okay, we're talking about Inter-American. So it is the largest source of development financing for Latin America and Caribbean member countries. Lastly, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. It is an international institution whose members comprise 60 countries. It operates in the central and eastern countries in Europe. Its purpose is to foster economic and democratic transition process, and it promotes private and entrepreneurial initiative through provision of loans, equity investment, and technical cooperation. I really admire this institution since it promotes entrepreneurial initiative. Why? Because they are setting the people to have an entrepreneurial mind. Because here in the Philippines, our culture is always look for a job. Look for a job and not to create jobs. It is really important that we should have a mindset of creating jobs by starting to put up a business. Even if it a small business, we know that even if it is a not so big business, if the people is earning to have a living and savings, then they are trying to help the country's economy. So if you observe, you can actually see that this financial institution play a very important role in every country's economy.